Spike flex on the lookout. Fire you up like a cookout. Boy, you're as trash, you get took out. Study my swag, get a book out. Nigga low, you have no sauce. Hey, I get zinny like a boss. Hey, your girl look like Rick Ross. Hey, me and Popo take no loss. Hey.
What's going on YouTube? As you guys can see, we're more than halfway there to our yearly goal. Our yearly goal is to get partnered by YouTube by the end of this year, so it'd be very much appreciated if you guys could leave a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace. Enjoy the video. Yay! Now before I get into this build, I'd like to welcome all the new viewers who decided to click on this video and hope you guys become future supporters. Now if you guys don't know, my channel is specifically for new people only. So if you're a veteran who decided to click on this video and so forth, I wouldn't know why. This is a beginner master SORC build. This is not going to push your DPS if you already hitting like 70k and so forth or whatever, and this is really not going to push like your DPS. But if you just want to watch to help out like your guild members or other new players, and I know some people do that, they go inside my comment section, they tell me like, oh, thank you for making this, I will be referring to my guild members, the new guild members, to your channel. So yeah, I just wanted to make that clear because I know a lot of people have different setups and so forth, and they like putting this on, they like putting that on. Hey, this is just my setup. You could change it to your own setup, and what I want you guys to do is just to build upon this setup. Don't really copy exactly what I have, but I want you to build it into like your own build, and hopefully I can just give you like the frame or like the structure for your build, and you guys could just build it on your own and just make your own builds and so forth. But just let me know inside the comment section if you do decide to change or alter things slightly, which you guys altered and the reason why and so forth. So the first thing I'm going to be going over is the race, the attributes first, race, Mundus, and the potions and my food that I use. Now let's get straight into it right now. So you guys can see my stats are not the best, but you want to put 64 into this always, because you guys don't know. If you guys didn't know, the higher your magical pool is, the more damage your light attacks and heavy attacks do. So just put everything into this. Don't worry about none of this. You don't have to worry about that. So you guys can see my spell crit is 51.3%, and there's a reason for that. You could easily lift that up into like a 61 or in a 67. Like, trust me, you guys, I'm gonna be lifting that up. I'm gonna be showing you guys multiple ways to buff your stats up and so forth. Like, don't worry about that. But you should have over a 50 spell crit. It shouldn't be like 49. It shouldn't be like 30. If you do have that, then you're kind of doing something wrong. But yeah, I just want to show you guys this. My magic recovery is pretty cool. Food could just change that. So it is what it is. You guys could change it to what you want though. If it doesn't work out for you, put some in health. You could put some in stam. If it's better for you, I wouldn't know the reason why. But yeah. So the race that we decided to, we decided to use is the high elf. As I know for right now, so far as I know, high elf is I believe it's the race that does the most mag DPS. I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, but high elf does a lot more DPS than any other race for Magicka, of course. Now you guys could use dark elf, you guys could use Arganian if you guys want. You guys could use also a Breton to help with like your sustain. If you guys want, it's up to you, but I decided to go with high elf. The Shadow Mundus is the one I decided to use for this because it adds extra crit damage and healing by 60%, and also certain traits buff this up. And also when you put champion points into your trees, certain trees, it can buff this up also. So yeah, this is very important if you guys want to try out the mage to make your magical pool a bit larger, and have like you're just strictly doing it like heavy attacks. Then you guys could try that. That's what ESO is all about, is you trying things. But I decided to go with this. So for my food, let's see. So for my food, there's a lot of options that you guys could pick, especially like higher ranking food than this. This is just simple food that you guys could get, and it's very cheap. So this is for like your flat stats, which is, it just increases like your magicka and also increases your health by a lot. This is the one I'm running right now. This is mainly for like PvP, but you guys could try this out if you guys want. This is mainly like a tri-stat food that increases everything and also gives you a bit. I think it gives you recovery. Does it give you recovery? No, it's just a flat food, also flat stats. And this right here is good for sustain. If you guys have a problem with sustaining and your you know, you just keep on depleting off of resources, you guys can use Rich Mother also. This is pretty cool. But your health does go down quite a bit, and also your maximum magic goes down a bit. But if you guys want to roll with this, you guys are pretty cool with sustain, especially if you're a Breton. Then you guys could go with the salmon millet soup. If I pronounce that wrong, it is what it is. So now let's go to your potions now. Again, there's a lot of other foods that you could use, or drinks that you could use. If you guys want to, you guys don't have to. It is what it is. Look at all these experience scores. So for the potions, there's a lot of options for the potions also. Basically any magic potions that you guys use trash potions. You guys use this. This is like tri-stat pots. It restores magicka, it restores health, and it restores, I believe, this does stamina. No, it just restores magicka and health, and also increases your recovery by 20% for both health and magicka. You guys don't have to run this. You guys don't have to use this, but it does grant you major prophecy, which means you don't have to put probably inner light on. It's not necessary. But if you guys want inner light on still, which I will show you guys where to put it at and so forth. But if you guys want inner light on, you guys could just run this. This is really not needed, or you guys could run the crown store tripods, which restores everything, your stamina and everything. So these are really good also. For example, if you guys are going against a boss, I mainly pop these. But if you guys are not going against a boss, you guys could just use like the trash pots right here. These are quite expensive to make. I forgot the recipe for them, but these are a bit expensive to make. But if you guys have a master crafter inside you guys guild, and you guys could just ask them, and they should be gladly to help you. If not, just use these free pots right here. You guys should have a ton of them, especially if you're like level like 300 by now, or 400, or some of you guys are level 810, but you guys are still new, kind of like barely getting into like PVE and PvP probably. But yeah, so that's it for the pots. So you guys saw my gear a little bit. Now let's go into the skills, and again, this build varies, so you can switch anything around, and anything you want, you guys can switch it around. It really doesn't matter. So the first skill I'm using is Crystal Frags. Now this is kind of like a bit, I wouldn't say advanced skill, but it's if you don't proc it, I mean, if you don't use this when this skill procs, then it's kind of like useless. So you should go with this if you're kind of a beginner. Go with Daedric Mine. It's a bit expensive. I think it costs like 5k magicka. What's magicka? That's nearly 5k. But this is a bit expensive and so forth. So be careful with your rotations when you're using this. But it's kind of easier. It's just it's like an AOE. And let's put them around here. And see, you could get 2 off. You could kind of get 2 of them to go off if you put it in the right spot, and also 3 of them if you kind of like taunt the boss and bring them over here. Or if the boss is aggro by you, you could you could just do a certain type of word where you could make all of them go off. But yeah, that's a great skill to have. If you guys are used to like rotations and stuff like that, then I would definitely go with Crystal Frags. Crystal Frags is just it's good for sustain. It's gonna cause less magicka. It's gonna do a ton of damage. But the way our build is, so let's kind of get rid of this guy. This is not our rotation, so we have some people out there like, oh, you're using this. Let's kind of get rid of this guy so we can go over our other skills. And I will be going over like the passives and so forth. But again, you guys can just pop Daedric Mines right here, and I will be going over like the passives and so forth later on. You guys can kind of just read the passives as you go. I don't want to make this video too long and too difficult, so I won't be going over like the passives and details. I will just kind of go over like the most important ones. That's about it. But I really don't want to like make this video so long and like draggy and so forth. Like, so you guys go, I don't want you guys to fall asleep and shit like that. So yeah, but yeah, so you can use Daedric Mines, you can use this. Dark Exchange is pretty cool too if you're having a hard time with sustaining. This basically trades out your health, I believe, and your stamina to restore health. No, it trades out your stamina to restore health and magic. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I would recommend running this on the back bar though. Run it on the front bar if you want, but I don't normally see it on the front bar. So an ultimate runner is Suppression Field. The reason why, because it does a lot of AoE damage. You can run this instead though, Ice Comet, if you guys have that. But again, if you guys don't have Ice Comet, then just run definitely just run Suppression Field right here. Does a lot of damage, and especially when you put certain points into I believe it recharges faster too. It only costs 191 ultimate. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, so yeah, it recharges pretty fast, but you guys can run this if you guys want. Let's get to our next skill. The next skill will be our Execute, which is Mage's Wrath. This right here is very important. You only use this when the boss is 20% or lower, and it does insane amount of damage, just insane. You guys can read it on the bottom if you guys want. The other morph, I believe, is an Execute also. You guys can just test out what morph that you want, but this is the morph that works out for me the most. But this right here is a beast right here. Only use this though when the boss is 20% or below. Do not use this when the bosses have full health. Like this guy have full health. Don't use it when they have full health. You could probably use it like on trash mobs and so forth, but you know, don't use it on like the boss. This is only for when the boss is 20% or below. So that does a ton of damage, and this is kind of needed right here. This is your Execute. You guys can finish off like what you guys started. So this is pretty cool. And the next skill we got is Hardened Warden. This right here is based off your maximum health. I believe the higher your health, the higher your damage shield is going to be, and this is really good. It can say this is like really good, like actually really good. It could save you out a lot of situations, a lot, a lot. But yeah, this is really good. Always keep this on, especially like in dungeons and so forth. When you're fighting trash mobs, just always keep this on. Just keep a habit of putting this on, just out of nowhere. Just if you're standing right here, keep a habit of just putting it on, so you can always have it on. Make it be just secondhand nature to you. Bound Aegis, you can use this right here. I like using this because it gives you more spell resistance. Also, it gives you maximum magicka rather than inner light. I believe inner light only gives you 5%. That one gives you 8%. Let's go. Let's see. Yeah, that one gives you 5%, but you have like your passes. So if you have this, it gives you that extra 2%. So in reality, this probably actually better. Other one. Let's see. Yeah. Oh no, actually it's not. Yeah. So I guess you could just roll with either one, either this one right here, Inner Light, or you could roll with Bound Aegis. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, just leave me alone. It is what it is. But yeah, Inner Light, it does grant you that major prophecy, so you don't have to use the other pots, the expensive pots that I was talking about. It does give you like your spell crit, and you guys could tell that since I have major prophecy on, my stuff goes up to 61. My spell crit goes up to 61.3%. So yeah, again, there's a lot of skills that you could use to bump up your spell damage and so forth, or your spell crit. So you know, don't take my build and be like, this is the ultimate build. It's not the ultimate build. Use this as a framework to build like your own frame structure to build like your own build and so forth. You could alter things, you could change things around if you guys don't like it and so forth. But it is what it is though. And the last but not least, we have our Reverse Execute. Go down to Danger Summoning. So we have this right here. You guys could run this, try out this if you guys want. I don't really roll with this. It probably do more damage. I'm not sure. I haven't tested out like the stats and stuff like that. I love running this one right here. For me, it seemed like just for me, it seemed like the Twilight Tormentor does more damage than this. Maybe in certain scenarios this does more damage, but in my experience, this does a lot more damage. This is a Reverse Execute, so which means if the enemy health is above 50%, it does more damage. When it goes down past 50%, then stop using this. Don't use it anymore and just wasting resources after that. But yeah, so that's the good thing about this is pop it, does the same amount of damage, you know, just shocking the hell out of them, the boss or whatever. And then once the health go down to 50% or below, then you stop using it, and yeah, that's it. And you just enjoy like the passives that it gives you. I went over suppression field already. So yeah, so you could change that to suppression field to highest common. You can even change it to really any ultimate that you want. This one, if you guys use Overlord, you guys could use that. We run that on the back bar. Yeah, so let's go to our back bar now. So for our back bar, of course, you guys, you're always gonna see this on Magic and DPS characters. That's just PvP. But yeah, for our back bar, we first have, there we go. So we have unstable wall of elemental. Now this is very important for this build because it depends on heavy attacks. That depends if you're running force post. You could put force post right here and put like your execute. So you could have like your build like this. Also, if you already used to, if that's kind of like boring to you, you guys could run force post and have it like this. I've seen people do this. You can also run soul trap and put this like instead of your execute, and have your execute on the back bar as B. But again, our build does depend on damage over time. This do damage over time, but I don't know. It is what it is, though. You guys can run whatever you guys want to run. All right. So, oh, by the way, let me tell you. I don't think I told you guys about this. So the reason why you run this is not because it does like the damage over time. It does physical damage, which proc our set that we have on, but it's good for your resources once you morph this. I'm not sure what the morph is called. But you guys can read them and stuff like that. The one that gives you like the most sustain, just morph it into that. And when you put this on someone, I don't want to put it on him because again I can't access my skills. But if you put that on an enemy and they die, you basically gain like a ton of resources back. So you guys can have it like that if you guys want. You guys don't have to. It just depends upon you. Or you can run bags like that. But it depends upon you. If you guys don't proc, so let me show you guys about crystal frags. Right. So you guys see like my hand glue. So you guys again. So my hand is glowing right now. I have like about 7 seconds to use it, and it costs less. It costs less magicka. Plus, it does a shit ton of damage. But the thing about that is, if you guys are bad at rotations and you guys don't use it, then it's useless. So that's why I'm telling you guys, like, maybe you may not want to use it, because the thing about like console is that it lags a lot, and it shows that it's kind of proc sometimes. And if it shows that let me put this back on. I don't want to waste so much time on this skill, but I think it needs to be set. But say if I decided to use it right now, see, it's kind of like, you know, kind of like ass, but it does proc our set, but it costs more DPS. I mean, it costs not DPS, it costs more magicka because it takes longer. And sometimes it shows it that it's like, you know, ready to use, but you know, it would end up doing this. So that skill is kind of like unreliable unless like you're on PC and so forth. And yeah, I would kind of just wait out for that skill until, like, you know, you kind of master it. But it depends upon you, whatever you want to use. But I would just go with this. So elemental wall, unstable wall. Where is it at? All right, so unstable wall. This does a ton of AOE damage. Always have this up. Always have this up. This morph right here, instead of the other morph lasts longer. This one, it explodes. It does like an after explode. Right here it says before. It says 1 second before exploding for additional 5,000 damage, almost 6k damage. So this right here is pretty good for your DPS. You guys can pick the other morph you guys want. It depends upon you, but I like putting this right here. And then the most important thing right here is, where is that? So for the lightning one, if you go all the way down, you guys can see that it sets the enemy off balance. So when the enemy is off balance, so I'm setting him off balance. So when the enemy is off balance, and if you do like a heavy attack, you gain more resources back. So you just do a heavy attack, and you're gonna gain a shit ton of resources back. I'm telling you. So make sure you're setting people off balance, make sure you have this up all the time. It must be up all the time. This is a must skill. This is a skill that you must have up all the time, and you must have. So other than that, your build kind of won't really work, and it won't be efficient as you think. And yeah, it should be cool. You can do a fire style that does more damage, but we're not looking for the damage for this skill. We're looking mainly for the off balance, so we can gain more resources. So for our second skill that we have right now, we have, and I will be going to pass this after this. So we have Balance Storm. As you can see, Balance Storm is pretty cool. It does a little bit AoE damage, not too much, but a little bit, little shock damage. But it gives you spell resistance and physical resistance, and also it gives you that major expedition, which the movement speed. So that's always good. It gets you out a lot of scenarios. If you guys want, you guys could run Harness Magicka. It's good for getting like your resources. I believe if a projectile is exhort, or any type of damage is absorbed, I think it's projectile. Where's it at? While active, when the shield absorbs damage, absorbs any type of damage, I guess. You basically gain more magicka back, so that's really good also, and you will notice the difference when you take this off. But you guys don't have to roll with that. You guys can roll with, since you already have a shield, you guys can roll with just this one right here. This is pretty, and plus benefit from the passive right here, Expert Mage, which I'll go over later on. But not too much, you guys. I don't want to go over the passives too much. You guys have to learn how to read passives on your own and figure out which abilities work best and so forth. Passives are very, very important. And for the next skill, we have, what's it called? Mystic Orb, I believe. There we go, Mystic Orb. This does a shitload of dot damage. It does a lot of damage. Plus, when your allies, I guess, let me see. Yeah, an ally near the globe can activate a combustion synergy. So basically, when you activate this synergy, it does a lot of damage. Also, it restores magicka or stamina, whatever is higher. So for my case, it restores magicka. But yeah, this is also good, and it benefits the group. Also, you guys could use this, or you guys could use this right here, which I'll probably use this because you could benefit from the passives. Put that down. Yeah, so this is pretty good. Let's kill this guy again, because this is not my rotation, so I don't think it. Alright. But yeah, Force Pulse is but if you guys don't want to run Force Pulse, you guys could just roll like this. Put that Daedric Mind. Have it like that. But yeah, this is a pretty good setup right here. Alright, back bar still. Guess you'll run Liquid Flood. I believe Liquid Flood does more damage than the other one. I believe the other one lasts longer. This right here is pretty cool too, and also has a synergy as well. As you guys, I think I showed you guys, there's a shit ton of damage on top of this, on top of Daedric Mind too. It's just gonna do a shit ton of damage. But yeah, it's your choice. You guys want to run that or Mystic Orb. But Liquid Flood is like a lot, and plus you benefit from the passives as well. That will go over later on. The next skill we'll have is Crit Surge. So Crit Surge increases your spell damage, not your spell crit, but your spell damage. I keep saying spell crit, but it increases your spell damage by a shit ton. So, well, not by too much, but it's really, really good. But we don't really use it just for that. We use it for the crit heals too that it gives you. So when you use this ability and you are like, you're doing like all type of damage and shit to an enemy, you heal for a shit ton. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to die with that skill on. And that's basically like the mag heal for this. Well, I don't think the mag really have a heal. I believe the only heals they have is other morphs for this, and other morph for this, and also Crit Surge. Yeah. So let's go over like the passives right now. I don't want to make this too long. I know my voice is sexy, but yeah. So you guys can see this reduces that for every. It reduces the health, magicka, and stamina cost of your abilities by 6%. You guys can read. You guys can read. You guys can read. This right here is pretty cool. It says when you this is really exploiting like your like your skills. You know, that's what's called exportation. So this is really exporting your skills, because when I put this down, as you guys can see, okay, let's make, man, this is last for actually a long time. You guys should keep this up. But as you guys can see, I'm just show you guys. You guys can see my spell crit is at 67%. Now you guys are gonna watch it go down. Right now, there we go. Now it's at 61.3%. So again, like I said before, there's a lot of ways for you to have your spell crit go up and go down and so forth. So yeah, you can use, and it's only with dark magic skills. So when you use crystal frags, then you know eventually, then you're gonna get like this passive, and when you use Daedric Mine, you're gonna get the passive, and also this too. So that's really good. It's actually really good, and yeah. So if you learn how to time like your rotation and have everything do it right and so forth, then yeah, you should be good. Plus, like your light attacks and heavy attacks, especially with this setup that I have without force post, you're just constantly doing heavy attacks and so forth. Then when your dots go away, light attack, boom, boom, light attack, flip. Bar swap, Daedric Mine, light attack, and so forth. You can add a few heavy attacks when your resources are going down, especially when you use Daedric Mines. Resources are going to go down, deplete. All right. So we did that. We went over the passes for dark magic. Now we're gonna go over the passes for this. As you see, I believe this is when one of your pets die, you basically restore magicka. This reduces cost of your ultimate abilities. You guys can read all of this. You have a pet active. When you have a pet active, it increases your max health. Just go down for this, increases your max recovery, your physical shock damage, increases your damage done for every, guess you read that. This increases your spell damage, each sorcerer ability slotted. So that's why I said, you know, yeah, it goes up pretty good. This is 10%, this is 8%. Yeah, good. This is a pretty good passive to have. So you want points into all of these, basically, what I'm trying to say. Points into all of those. All right, we're almost done with that. So, oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to go over this. You could also use elemental drain instead of liquid lightning too, but your healer should have this always on. This right here is really good. Basically, you do more heavy damage. Yeah. Also, such right here for shock stats, heavy damage attacks nearby enemies for 100% of the damage done. So yeah, basically more damage. Spell resistance. Basically more damage too. More damage done with area effect abilities with the lightning stats, which is really good. And it says if you kill an enemy, you restore almost 4k magicka, which is good also. Good for sustain. Make sure all your passives is in light, the light armor, and only put passives in this. I don't have a heavy helmet, which I should have. I would tell you guys. I would go over the armor later on though. So yeah, make sure your passives is that. You don't have to put none into these because you need 5 more pieces for that. The only one for this is this. Because that's for like, you know, other stuff. This, everything into this. Especially if you're using in light. Ice comment. I usually use ice comment. This for the passes, but you guys can use whatever you guys want. Fine, max magicka increased. Pretty good. If you decide to use this or a CC control, and make sure you guys put poison into this. This is really good. Passes for the physician order is really good also. A lot of people use this, but yeah, I don't think we really don't need minor force because we already have that, and that's why we're not using beast trap as well. We already have minor force on our build. Mystic orb, I already went over that. You guys can use this right here. This is the reason why most people use use this passive a lot right here, because it gives you maximum health, magicka, and so forth. And how to utilize this is to make sure you have every piece of gear on, light, medium, and heavy. Of course, you know you need like your 5-piece heavy to benefit from your passes for your light armor, but to try your best to get a medium and heavy shoulder, and you should be good. And it should really benefit your passes right here and benefit your health. Increases your maximum magicka, which means that your light attacks, your heavy attacks and your light attacks hit harder, and yeah, increases your stam, and yeah, increases your this increases everything. Support, barrier. This is probably useful for stuff in trials, certain trials and so forth. A group may require you to have it. You guys can lock it if you guys want. Yeah, put everything into this. This is the reason why the high elf has like the most. High elf has like the highest max. The highest mag DPS is because of the spell damage right here. Yeah, this is cool. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I'm sure that high elf has like the highest mag DPS. Always have your alchemy on level 50 already, so you can utilize mechanical use. You guys don't have to, you guys don't want, but yeah, it's very, very good. And that's it for that. Now let's go over our gear. But yeah, let's go over our gear. So for our front bar, we'll be using Medusa, of course. But yeah, Medusa is really, really good. You guys see that? Spell crit, spell crit, spell crit. This got oh man, this got buffed up. This got buffed a lot. This is crazy now. This was a completely useless set. It's more for like tanky. Now it's like mainly for magicka DPS, and this is crazy. And the reason why we are not running Beast Trap and we're not running I forgot what the other ability is called, the Physician Order ability. But the reason why we're not running that is because we already have Minor Force right here. So right here it says Minor Force. You gain Minor Force at all times, increasing your crit damage by 10%. And if you guys could check, our crit damage is our spell crit is at basically 67 when we activate our other abilities. Yeah, that's really good, really good. I use Precise. You guys don't have to use Precise, and I will recommend using a Shock Glyph instead of the Life Drain one. I don't know what reason why. I don't know why I have the Life Drain one. I could easily change that though. It is what it is. Make sure you use a Lightning Staff. You use a Perfected one, but I'm just going with this one. Make sure you're. Oh yeah, I have the Shock Glyph. I don't have Infused. Make sure your trait is Infused instead of Healing, instead of Power. Don't use Power. It's unless you're a healer or whatever. The monster set I decided to roll with is Maul of Infernos. You guys don't have to run with the set. Run with the traits that everybody else use. I know that everybody uses divines and so forth, but I don't have enough transmute crystals to transmute this, so I'm gonna just stick with well fitted until then. But change that to magicka or health, whatever you want. Usually I have this heavy and this medium, but I need to go back and do this dungeon over to get my heavy helmet, which is pretty easy. It's in Banish Shells too. This right here got buffed up. This set says when you deal damage with a light or heavy attack, you have a 33% chance to summon a fire breathing Daedra for 15 seconds, which it lasts pretty long. It lasts for like a long time. And it says the Daedra attacks deals 5,000 fighting damage, which is really good. And basically it does like all type of attacks and fire breathing, a lot of fire attacks. Then it says it alternates every 2 seconds, which is really good. And this can be summoned every 15 seconds, which is good also. So this got buffed up right here, and mostly everyone uses right here. You can use Zons if you guys want. This still does a lot of damage. You can use Gothar for your AoE damage, but I'm gonna go with this. You guys can use Zons if you guys want. I know if you guys are in a trial, you guys just want to burn a boss down, you guys can use Zons if you guys want. It is what it is. For our 5-piece set, we went with Mechanical Mechanical Acuity. There we go. Make sure you have divines on everything. And what this set does, you guys didn't see it. Let me let you guys read it first. It does add some stamina, which means that this is a stam set too. You guys should use this stam because it's for weapon damage or spell damage. It says that when you do direct damage, you gain a earning mechanical vision for 5 seconds, granting you 100% crit strike. chance this effect can occur every 18 seconds. I thought I saw something behind me, but yeah, this is cool. Also, make sure you have divines on everything, so forth. And for the jewelry, we have Medusa as well. So 3 jewelry and 1 staff. And another reason why I went with the QD is because it's easy to craft. And this is pretty cool. This set right here, I love it. I'm gonna show you guys just what it does. Let's do some direct damage real quick. There you go. See, my body changes and the vision changes, and it's basically everything is going to be 100% crit, 100% crit. And for our bonus and for our 67.3% crit damage, I mean not crit damage, but crit chance is really good. Yeah, we're gonna be critting like a boss, So yeah, you guys already know about this. Oh, for this, don't put health, put arcane. And for your glyph, make sure you put magical recovery instead of health recovery. But I really got these right here, so make sure you guys put arcane, which increases your maximum magicka. So that's one way to increase your magicka. So your magicka should be like at 37k or at 40k after you're done with it, and it should be you should have a lot. Now, last but not least, you guys can put points into this, whatever you want. This is it works best for like me. It probably won't work best for you guys. I love putting this in this. I roll dodge a lot instead of blocking. You guys don't have to use this, but the most important tree is this. Make sure you guys put 75 into Gamertag. It gives you this right here, Exporter, which grants you 10% more, increase your damage by 10% to off balance enemies, your weapon crit, and abilities. Make sure you guys punch into this. You guys can switch it around, test it out if you guys want. It really doesn't matter. It gives you these passes right here. This is good also. Passes that it gives you. You guys can change it up a little bit if you guys want. You know, test things out. Again, I don't want you guys to do exactly like my build, but you know, somewhat like it. So forth. So yeah. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the channel. I mean, not the channel, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. Your rotation should look something like, you know, light attack, wall of elements. Make sure you have that down. Liquid lightning, if you have that. You know, of course, this. You know, and light attack in between your abilities. Of course, bar swap, light attack, boom. You know, light attack again. And then once you have all your dots down and so forth, so I'm put all my dots down. Make sure you're just heavy attacking to gain resources. You know, with this setup I have right now, you don't really need to use so many abilities. This up, which this lasts for about 32 seconds, so you don't always have to pop that. Keep this up and just keep your dots up, and you should be good. And for the veteran players, make sure you guys drop comments to help out the new players as well. If I didn't go over something you guys think that was very crucial, then make sure you guys comment below to let everyone know. Information is very good into the for this game. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm out. Peace. See you guys on the next one.